Good day, good people. I'm Dr. Johnny Pierce, but you could just call me Johnny, and this is the Actually Well podcast. Today, I get to continue the series of talking with ladies who are doing amazing work in and around the field of wellness. And today I'm with
Cyndi Turner.
Yes, and Cyndi is one of the co-founders at the practice that I practice in. And by the way, Matt, I'm really loving doing interviews in your office. I might just have to make this the staple for when I do them outside of my home. Just come here to your office and do them here. Keep recovering, man. Get well soon. But yes, Cyndi, what do you do?
Well, I am the co-founder of Insight into Action Therapy and Insight Recovery Centers.
11 years strong this summer.
Yes, exactly. And I think Insight Recovery is 8 years
How about
this
that?
point. Yes. What I'm passionate about is therapy and training the next generation.
Okay.
I love training new clinicians and helping them find their clinical voice.
Okay.
So it's really, for me, that's about giving back and helping shape the future and many other people along the way.
Yes. As a matter of fact, I am getting you so fortunately today after you've done the clinical supervision.
Yes.
So I'm
Yes.
right fresh off of you doing this.
Yep.
When it comes to the clinical work you do with clients, I mean, who do you typically see?
I don't see a lot of people anymore,
Okay.
but really my specialty has become harm reduction psychotherapy as well as alcohol moderation.
Okay.
And that I've been doing intuitively really for most of my practice over 30 years.
Wow.
Meeting people where they are and understanding that all behaviors are not addiction. They're often just really a coping skill.
Mm-hmm.
So
maladaptive behavior. I believe
yes.
That's the term that we usually use.
Yes. So my job is helping to treat the why. And that has turned into me training, me and Craig James, business partner, training people all around the country on alcohol moderation. We actually train in 3 weeks at West Coast Symposium on Addictive Disorders.
Now that should be fun.
So we'll be traveling.
Okay. I'm glad I got you now then. I'm glad I got you now. It's probably the last chance I'll be able to get you. With that, I know that you've been featured on the Insights and Actions podcast, another one that I get to do from time to time with Craig and with Matt. And you were telling us a bit about how you came to develop the protocols and manuals basically for alcohol moderation.
Yeah, it was interesting. It was really organic, and nobody was teaching it. So I worked in another private practice over 20 years ago.
Okay.
A lot of the clients there, I was leading a group for ASAP, which is the Alcohol Safety Action Program, people who may have gotten a drug or alcohol related charge.
Yeah.
And I just took a different approach than my peers who were a little more hardcore, confrontive, challenging. And I was like, people aren't getting better. They're walking away feeling badly.
And pissed off.
Yes. Yes. But because of the way I treated people, and I really started looking at the coping skills and helping them find solutions for that. So once I did that, a lot of them would literally ask me the question, can I keep drinking? And I said, some of you can.
Right.
Some of you probably shouldn't. So I started doing research and found out really since the 70s, there has been research that moderation, which is drinking less than, really only 2 to 3 drinks at a time. It's not about intoxication. But we can enjoy alcohol if you don't have that genetic predisposition and if you are not addicted, which is tolerance and withdrawal, that some people can learn to drink at safer levels.
So you're touching on skill building there because you want having the person be honest with themselves about like what they want. So that person is identifying that, despite having this experience that wasn't so pleasant, I would still like to engage in this behavior, but you're getting them to go the next step of, well, what do you want it for?
Yes. And if someone is drinking to manage my PTSD or my trauma or help me sleep or escape my work problems, that's not healthy.
No.
So we're going to help them figure out better ways to cope with those things. And it is cool. Many times in therapy, people say, we never really talked about my drinking. I didn't have a drinking problem. I had a wife, spouse, work, stress management problem. And it's really neat because a lot of people avoid treatment because they think they're going to be labeled alcoholic,
Right.
the old term, or they're going to have to stop forever. And for most people, that's not the case.
You know, one of the things I have seen in my work with clients who struggle with substance issues is that expectation. And one of the things I've highlighted for those clients who struggle with alcohol in particular is that if you actually open the DSM
Yes.
and you actually read it, the term alcoholic's not in there.
Not in there. Yeah.
Now, we have alcohol use disorder, and you have alcohol abuse, and you can have alcohol dependency, I believe.
Well, those are old terms. Even.
Those terms have been wiped
those
out.
have been gone since 2013.
So there you go. So it's been, a decade plus now that they've been gone.
Right.
But we never had the term alcoholic as a term that was associated with it. It was always looking at the relationship with the substance.
Yes.
Rather than the relationship become an identity.
Yes. Now, for some people, 12-step programs, to say I am an alcoholic
is empowering.
It's empowering.
Yeah.
For many people, that feels laden with shame and embarrassment and means I'm not healthy or I'm not good.
Right.
And that's not a great place to start.
Yeah. And I mean, given the premise of my podcast is that we're going to start with wellness rather than ending there.
Yes.
Because I think that pathology has become the platform. You'll see OCD this and ADHD that and borderline personality this and narcissist that. Like, it's all over the place. And I don't believe that we as an industry benefit from pathology leading the way. If we call it mental health that we're working towards, then why is it that we are highlighting or emphasizing pathology as the only possible reason why a person might need to work on change, or the only possible reason why someone might be struggling in relationships? It's like, you might not have skills. It may not be pathology. Like, if you haven't learned something, then...
And that's teachable.
Right.
That's what therapy is.
That's where hope can come into play.
Yes.
Oh, wait, so I don't know something, I could learn it?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know how to drink responsibly, but I could learn it? Oh, okay, that'd be good to know.
Right, yeah. And so much of my focus is understanding the why, treating that, giving the coping skills. But then I also share, let's not just take something away, being the alcohol or the drug or other unhealthy behavior.
Yeah.
But let's look at what we can add.
You're hitting at something I say often. Yeah. You can't take pillars from underneath an edifice or something without putting another pillar in its place.
Exactly. Yes.
Because it will collapse. And then instead of it being seen as, wait, this wasn't stable enough in the first place, and we just kind of completely derailed it, it's, oh, well, see, that's how much it was ruining your life. And it's like, no.
Yeah, most people know.
You just took something from underneath this person and expected them to be as steady as they were before. Right. You definitely got to be willing to put something in place.
Which is crazy, because that's what treatment is doing. Many programs, if you are not abstinent, will kick you out.
Yeah.
I think that's the dumbest thing in the world. That's the reason they're there. So, yeah.
Wait, you're failing miserably at the one thing that you've always struggled with. How dare us have to endure this with you?
Right.
Because, that's healthy, right?
Yeah. So we are working towards small changes, and I will always celebrate the success and focus on what's going well rather than the mistake. Now, a mistake, a relapse can be a data point. That's what I talk about it, of like, what was missing, what wasn't working, and what can we add?
Exactly. Trying to learn.
Yeah.
So as you're helping others on your wellness journey, I imagine you've gone on one yourself. Is there anything about your wellness journey you want to share?
Yeah. There was always something wrong with me. And we didn't know what. So you probably did not expect that.
Okay, I'm curious to see where this goes. Let's go into it.
Let me tell you, I remember being a kid and playing tag, I think, or whatever that was, flashlight tag, whatever. And we were running around, and I was like, God, I'm tired. And I was like 10, and I was like, this is weird. Well, turns out I had been bitten by a tick.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Oh, no.
And got sick after, had the flu, because I remember I was supposed to go to Girl Scout camp, and I was almost not allowed to go. But for years, I would have these strange illnesses, could fall asleep at the drop of a dime. Nobody really knew. Then other things started happening, blood pressure, weight gain, just feeling awful. It was not until I think I was 38, maybe. So I'm telling you how old I am, a little older than that.
Well, 30 years of practice. I would hope you're older than 38.
Yes, yes. But I learned, yes, I have Lyme disease. And for me, I love my girls, Caitlin and Jacqueline, 20 and 24. But pregnancy also set off a whole other host of things for me. Also found out I have Hashimoto's thyroiditis. So what that is an autoimmune disorder that basically attacks your own body.
Goodness gracious.
Fatigue, depression, weight gain, tired, all that stuff. So I've got, Lyme still in my body.
Yeah.
And then the Hashimoto's. So it was kind of almost freeing when I found out, like, oh, there is something wrong with me.
There's an explanation.
I'm not crazy. Because I would go into doctors every couple of years to try to figure out what, and get all the blood tests and the heart test and the whatever. People would just say, just lose weight.
It didn't come up on the blood
No
test.
one thought to test it.
Huh.
No one thought until I went to more of a functional medicine doctor who looked at the whole picture and
holistic
said,
doctors,
there's something wrong here. And then found out, like, I don't process toxins as well as other people.
Yeah.
Because I've always worked out, always ate pretty well. But it was...
I know you and your husband can bowl. I've seen it firsthand. It is impressive how skillful two people can be.
And axe throwing, were you there for that? That was fun.
I saw that as well. Yes, yes. When it comes to doing things like that, you are quite skilled. Yeah. And your husband especially, like, I love the little skip in his jump when he does. He has a little twinkle when he does his bowling. That man is the man.
Yeah, we like to be active and hiking, and I was a competitive swimmer, and I really wonder if I had been healthier, how much farther I could have gone. So, but now I learn a little more about things that are sensitive for my body, crazy things like I can't do back-to-back cardio days because joints hurt too much. So I mix in cardio and Pilates and yoga and weight training and all of that. So that's kind of my wellness. I realized you've got to look at the whole body, and that definitely translated for me with my clients.
Really?
And with the supervisees, because I ask them a lot more about, what are you eating? How are you sleeping? Have you had blood work? And paying attention to certain vitamin deficiencies, because all bodies don't work as well.
No. Yeah. Everybody's different and everybody absorbs things differently. And getting some information from somebody like a functional wellness professional can really help you understand where you might need to supplement and what you might need to be more mindful of in your diet. Yeah. And I mean, family history, like my family, my mom used to get upset when I would say this when I was a kid, but now she laughs at it now. I would say, we got a bad gene pool. And she's like, what? You saying my family? I'm like, listen, we got heart issues. We got diabetes. We got cancer on, like, of all kinds. I'm like, yeah, like we really have a bad gene pool. And I turned 40 earlier this year. So I've been working for the last decade very intentionally about my diet, about exercise, about just how I take care of my body, because I want this thing to carry me forward. My dad died at 42. So I'm closing in on that day, and I want to make sure I get far beyond it.
Yes. Yeah. And I, in my family, thankfully, on my mother's side, there's a long longevity.
Longevity is a thing, yeah.
But yeah, live into their 90s. And I remember when I was younger thinking, I don't want to live that long because everything hurts so badly.
Right.
But now I've learned what foods kind of have an inflammatory response. And then rather than just doing the straight, I mean, I was doing 6 days a week, hour plus of, hard cardio and weights. And I was like, no wonder I'm exhausted. And I didn't know for women that raises our cortisol. So, and even as we get older, as we reach perimenopause and all that, we're learning the body functions differently than it did when it was 30.
Right.
So I take more education and ask more questions.
Be a forever learner. That is another thing that comes up on the pod often.
Yeah.
So thank you, one, for sharing that. I kind of saw where the story was going, although I hadn't heard it before. We haven't really talked about it when you mentioned the tick. And for those who are wondering, like, why I was aware of that, Lyme disease is pretty significant, and it's something that, people sometimes pick up because they are out in the forest hiking around or something like that, they play in areas where ticks might be present. It's not just something to be aware of with your pets. I know a lot of people are very keen on making sure they check their dogs to make sure they don't have any ticks on them. Like, we've got to check ourselves as well. Just because a tick bites you doesn't mean you're going to get Lyme's disease. It's not a 1-4, but it is something to be aware of, you know, keep track of. You want to be mindful about how you even cover yourself when you go out into those spaces. And if by chance you are feeling a bit fatigued after you've gone on a hike, you might want to think about, okay, well, was it because of how much stuff I was carrying, or was it the hike was a bit longer than usual? But maybe go see somebody, and maybe go see somebody who's got that holistic approach.
And here's what I want to add to that is, don't stop going outside. Right. Because we need to see the horizon and the green, and that is so healthy. Check the moist parts. That's what they usually hide. I hate to say it in all
that's going to be a tag for this podcast. The moist parts.
Check the moist parts. Yeah, great. That's what I'm being known for now.
Yes,
no.
yes.
But Lyme disease is incredibly treatable if you catch it early.
Right.
Had we known, now for me, again, I got sick, gosh, it's like 40 years ago now that I got sick. We didn't know. We didn't know what it was back then.
Right.
Now, if you feel that fatigue, get the rash, you take 3 weeks of an antibiotic and you're good. So I don't want to scare people.
No.
The chronic is when it has not been treated.
Right.
And it gets into joints and brain and heart and everything. And it's,
Yeah, and I've worked with a client before too. Actually, multiple clients. I don't know what to think about. I've had multiple clients who had Lyme disease, and it affects mental health. Like when you're tired all the time, it's kind of symptomatic of depression.
Yes.
When you are sensitive to everything and constantly getting sick, that can actually ruin your mood as well.
Yep.
So, and you mentioned the food impact, like all of that's significant. So it shouldn't be overlooked. But speaking of things that we don't want to overlook, you mentioned that you happen to be a mom.
I am. Yes.
You know, this Sunday, Mother's Day is coming.
Yeah. And my one daughter is coming home. I'm so excited. She going to an event that Saturday night and then driving home early from college. So that's Jacqueline.
Way to show up, Jacqueline. Yes. Way to show up.
And Caitlin is home with us now. So she will probably play Mahjong. People don't know that. Love playing Mahjong. So
Note to self, Mahjong makes Cyndi happy.
Yes. Yep.
Now, being a mom, which is no small thing, especially when you have so many health concerns going on. You mentioned even pregnancy unintentionally. Right. Girls didn't do it on purpose,
no.
But they kicked off some things for you as well. Like, how have you navigated motherhood, and what have you felt like was, you know, things that you had to overcome or learn more about, or what are things that you felt like, man, this is just an amazing experience to get to raise these young ladies?
Yeah, and my girls are awesome.
I've met at least one of them, and I can confirm that one's definitely awesome. I've heard stories about the other, and you talked about how organized she was.
Yes.
I hope that one day I can be as organized as this young lady.
Yes. So your question was,
how's motherhood impacted you?
The best and most challenging parts of my life.
Right.
It was the thing I wanted. I wanted to be a mom. And I think partially that's why I went into the field of therapy. So I could be a healthy mom and could undo some of the things that, you know, we all experience in childhood, that I could do better than I experienced. So part of what I did was I was always teaching. I always knew my job is to launch them, to have them be independent.
They are here for a time, but not for good.
Exactly. So, I mean, everything from I was doing laundry, I'd be like, and this is why I do it this way, to come here, sit with me. This is why I cut the onion this way. This is how you add that first. Hey, in a relationship, this is what you're looking for. So I'm hoping my girls are really prepared emotionally.
These young women,
they are.
Because they're not even young ladies in it. These young women, they are very well prepared and thriving.
They are, both of them. Yes. Yeah. Already working full-time job. My older one, very independent. Her net worth, I think, is already over 6 figures because she just learned how to save already. She's like, Mom, you need a bigger emergency fund. And then my younger daughter teaches me all about the environment. She's into sustainability and conservation. She's studying environmental science.
How about that?
So she teaches me things and helps me be aware of a lot more things. So, yeah. So it's amazing.
Yes. Everybody I've talked to on the different interviews I've done have talked about parenthood.
Yeah.
Like we all seem to be really excited about the fact that we get to do this, that this is an opportunity for us. This is a privilege for us. And I think that parenting has been framed as a burden for many people. It's something that people have kind of been discouraged about, maybe even shying away from because it's going to disrupt this career. It's going to make things harder for me. Obviously, for ladies, literally carrying life and the consequences that come along with that. But it's a risk worth taking if you got the resources.
Absolutely. Yeah, I would not change it. You know, and something else would have probably made me sick. So I don't blame my girls in any way. It's just that we went through body changes, and stressors. And I think women especially have to be aware of what happens to our bodies in the phases of life. And it was hard. I mean, for me to wake up early in the morning is really hard because I was working late at night. And then it was important to me to do the bedtime routine. So I was, the morning routines. So I was probably like a zombie, but I still made their lunches and drew terrible drawings. I would try to draw like a cat or a flower, and they'd be like, what is this?
Terrible drawing.
I'm an artist, but it was still the idea, or a little kissy, you know, with the lip gloss and things like that. So hopefully they remember that kind of stuff.
I'm sure they do.
And we enjoy spending time together. Like I said, all I want to do Mother's Day is just hang out with them. It'll be great. Yeah.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't want to let you go too early without asking a little bit about if there's any other identity or any other part of your identity you really felt has shaped you in some way.
I think now that my role as a mom is shifting, where I don't have to be there 24/7 as much, I'm learning what to do with me now.
I've heard this too. This has also come up when I've asked about motherhood.
Yes. So I kind of have really looked at what is important to me and where can I give back. So something we've done as a family, which we really enjoy, is for Christmas, rather than just buying a ton of stuff, we actually all pick some charity where some people do it local in the country. My kids have also sometimes picked world stuff, and then we donate to those.
How about that?
So I hope I'm teaching them the importance of we are just a piece of a bigger puzzle.
Right.
And something I'm really excited about that I just started is I'm on the Salt Watch team now for Loudoun County. Because for me, water, incredibly important. I love being beach, ocean, anywhere. But our water's
not that great.
Not great these days. So one thing locally that I do is once a month, and then before and after weather events, specifically in the winter, we're measuring chloride levels in our waters, because that affects everything from the wildlife to the vegetation to our own drinking water.
You're making your daughter proud with your
I know. That's what I say. I'm walking the walk. I'm like, she teaches me stuff and I live it. And it gets me back to being outside. Like I said, I was a Girl Scout. I love being outdoors. Got my little vest and went out and did my little test kits and I read everything. So those kind of things are important, is figuring out how, not just my leisure stuff, but what can I do to
how can I serve?
Exactly. That is what I'm looking at. My husband jokes, he's like, you're just trying to get into heaven. You're securing your space. I'm like, no, I have time now.
I love that man so much. He's like, Cyndi, that's not the way it goes. You can't earn your way in. It's grace is given. But hey, if you could help your cause, why not?
Exactly. Yeah. So it's kind of like what's important to me, we have to practice.
Right.
And like, I mean, I benefit because it makes me happy. I get outside. I feel like I'm having an impact. So
that's a misunderstanding about altruism. It's not just about whether or not it is a good thing done out of the goodness of your heart. You can, in fact, take something from it and it builds you up in some way, because that puts you right back in a position to keep giving.
Exactly.
It's a feedback loop.
And it's so much more than just, we've always given money to different things, but it's different to actually do the thing, to actually be there. So
it's beautiful.
So rather than sitting in either a swim meet or a field hockey game, now that's one thing I'm doing.
Get out. Go be useful to somebody. Dig it. Well, Cyndi, if people want to keep up with you, or if they want to connect with you, what are the best paths for them to take?
I would say best places are company. You can see both Insight Recovery Centers and Insight into Action Therapy on Insight Behavioral Centers.
Link in the description.
Yep. And if you're interested in the books, you can purchase them anywhere that sells books.
Anywhere that sells books.
Anywhere, Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Target, Walmart, wherever. And I always tell people I don't set the price. The publisher does.
There you go.
So you could get it on sale.
Link in the description, and you can go from there. And that's Amazon. Y'all can definitely endorse me if you want to. I'm not opposed to it, but just saying I'm going to use you guys. Okay, so if they want to catch up with you, that's the way to go. Check out our website and check out the books. Thank you so much for bringing me on the team. Yeah. Thank you so much for sitting with me today. I really like being here. And I really like celebrating our team. And although I'm going to miss being able to interview Sarah this month, she's got a lot going on and she's in our prayers and we are good with that. I did get a chance to talk with Chrissy. I got a chance to talk with Syria, and now I get to talk with you. And I think I'm going to do like a week of insight.
Ooh, fun. Okay.
I think that's the way I'll roll out these interviews. But for those of you watching, please keep checking out these interviews. These ladies are amazing. They're doing great things in the community, both clinically and otherwise. Let that be an inspiration to you that it's not just a job, that you can make it a lifestyle, that you can be in service of others, not just because it is something that's going to make the world a better place, but it also make you feel great too. And that can be in the form of charity. That can be in the form of getting out into the community and finding out what the needs are and then showing up the best way you can. It's not the only way to add meaning to your life, but it definitely does. And you feel like you're a part of the community when you actually know what's going on in it. So don't hesitate. But if you could like, share, and subscribe, click the notification bell. It'll let you know when the next one's coming up. If you want to comment in the sections below, please comment about whatever came up here, especially the moist parts. Make sure you comment on that. But please be well.